Good morning, students. So today let us see about logistic regression. This is a very important topic with respect to machine learning, and it's basically used for classification. Let us see the key takeaways for today's session. So first we'll have an introduction about logistic regression, like what is logistic regression, what is the cost function that is applied. Then let us see about the logistic regression versus the linear regression, what are the major differences between them. Then let us see about applications of logistic regression along with the cost function which I discussed, and followed by certain assignments. So logistic regression is very important with respect to classification. It is a very important supervised machine learning algorithm that is applied for classification. It is basically used to classify binary values, that is 0 or 1, like for example whether the tumor, if you are applying it for finding whether the tumor is cancerous or no. So it could be predicting, saying that the tumor is cancerous or it is not cancerous. So it will classify like this. So let us see more about logistic regression. So logistic regression, as I told you, is a supervised learning classification algorithm that is used to predict the probability of a target variable. Right? So your probabilities are assigned and it will try to predict the probability of the target variable, whether the cell, cancerous cell or the tumor is malignant or not. Like if it is cancerous, of course it will be declared as malignant, and if it is not, it will be declared as benign. So the nature of the target or the dependent variable is dichotomous, as I told you. That means it is binary and the values will range from 0 or 1 or yes or no. It's normally two possible classes are considered. So logistic regression is a machine learning algorithm which is used for classification, and it is a predictive analysis algorithm, and it is based on the concept of probability. Right? As I told you, probabilities are assigned, and based on that the calculations will be done. So it is also called as linear regression model, but logistic regression uses a more complex cost function that is termed as sigmoid function, and it is also known as logistic function instead of linear function. Right? So logistic function, as I told you, is applied here in between, that is a sigmoid function, and the inputs it is taking is x1 to xn. These are considered as certain input features, right, that are applied to the sigmoid function. The classifier is applied here, the logistic algorithm function is applied here, logic is applied here, and the output is produced. So the output would be either 1 or either 0. So which would mean, like in case of a tumor, we take certain input values, right? If input values could be something like the location of the tumor, the density, how cells are spread, right? And the size of the tumor. These could be the input features to the sigmoid function or the logistic regression or the classifier. And based on that features, it will produce the output as 1 or 0. That means 1 would mean the cells are cancerous or the tumor is cancerous, and 0 would mean it is non-cancerous. So sigmoid function, as I told you, is a cost function. So in order to map the predicted values to the probabilities, we use the sigmoid function. So the function maps any real value into another value that is ranging from 0 to 1. So in machine learning, we use sigmoid to map the predictions to probabilities. So this is a sigmoid function. You can see it is shown in the form of S, right? And which varies from values from -10 to 10. It could vary from 0 to 1 also. It is depending on the problem you are trying to solve, right? So your sigmoid function is basically referred to as sigma of z equal to 1 upon 1 plus e raised to minus z. So this is your sigmoid function, right? And the also called as the classifier, right? It is logistic classifier. So it's normally taking the form of S. Now this is basically used to map predicted values to probabilities. We use sigmoid function. So the function maps any real value into another value between 0 and 1. So in machine learning we use sigmoid to map predictions to probabilities. So let us see the difference between linear regression versus logistic regression. So linear regression is basically used for prediction, right? So prediction of continuous dependent values, and that is using a set of independent values. Whereas logistic regression is used to predict the categorical dependent values, and it is using a given set of independent variables. So linear regression is used for solving regression problem, that is prediction. Whereas logistic regression is used for solving classification problems, as we discussed about classifying whether it is 0 or 1, or the tumor is malignant or no. 0 or 1 would mean whether sperm male is declared as sperm or no. So then we have, in linear regression we predict the values of continuous variables, whereas in logistic regression we predict the value of categorical variables. So in linear regression we find the best fit line by which we can easily predict the outcome, which is normally a straight line in terms of linear regression. Whereas in logistic regression we find the S-curve by which we can classify the sample. Certain input features are given and then it is classified. The output is a classifier, which is a categorical value. Then least square estimation method is used, which we saw in the linear regression class, right? And it is basically used to estimate the accuracy. Whereas maximum likelihood estimation is used in classifiers to estimate the accuracy. Now the output of linear function is a continuous value, like you have price, age, etc. Whereas the output of a logistic regression must be a categorical value, such as it could be a 0 or a 1, it could be yes or a no, or something similar to binary dichotomous values. So in linear regression it is required that a relationship between dependent variable and independent variable must be linear. So is not the case with logistic regression. In logistic regression it is not required to have the linear relationship between the dependent and the independent variable. So in linear regression there may be collinearity between the independent variables. But in logistic regression, there has to be no polarity, or rather, it should not have any collinearity between the independent variables. So this is a major difference, as I said, with respect to a straight line and with respect to the S. Linear regression, you can see, has a straight line and the value of y is mapped on the y-axis, that is termed as a dependent variable, and x, which is the independent variable, is mapped on the x-axis. The value which is ranging from y equal to 1 to 0, there is a straight line which is being cut, right? And the predicted value can be in the range 0 or 1, or it should, it can exceed the value of 0 and 1. Whereas logistic regression, you have an independent variable on x-axis and a dependent variable on y-axis, and there is a S-curve, right? So the predicted value lies within the range of 0 and 1. So this is one of the major difference between a linear regression and the logistic regression. This S, because of this S, it is called as a sigmoid function. There are various applications for logistic regression. These are the popular ones which are listed: spam detection and tumor prediction. So in spam detection, normally a spam mail, when it comes to your box, right, it is being sent to the spam folder. So that is because it is detected as spam. So that is a binary classification problem where we are given an email, and of course I told you, if it is a spam, it is shifted to a spam box, right, spam folder, and if it is not, it will go to your inbox. So we need to classify whether it is spam or no based on certain logic. For this we will be using logistic regression. So if an email is spam, we label it as 1, and if it is not spam, we label it as 0. So in order to classify basically or apply logistic regression to the spam detection problem, the features are used, right? So some of the features of email could be the sender of the email, right? And the number of typos in the email. There could be many errors or typographical errors in the email. Then occurrence of words or phrases like offer, price, free gift. Normally you can see, you have spam folder has, you have been offered $10 billion, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. So such mails are automatically classified as spam by your Google mailer. So the resulting feature vector which we are giving to the classifier is used to train a logistic classifier, which means a score is generated which is in the range of 0 to 1. Now if the score is more than 0.5, we label the email as spam, otherwise we label it as not spam. So tumor prediction is another example of logistic classifier, where classifier can be applied. Logistic regression can be applied. So logistic regression classifier may be used to identify whether a tumor is malignant or it is benign. So several imaging techniques are required to extract various features of tumors, like for example the size of the feature, then the location of the tumor, where it is affected, all these, right? So there can be various other factors which are withdrawn using the various imaging techniques. So these features can be fed to the logistic regressor, right? Logistic regression classifier, and it will try to identify whether the tumor is malignant or if it is benign. So this is the cost function that is basically applied to the logistic classifier, right? So here you can see the graph, right, on the left side and on the right side. So here if the cost is equal to 0, that is in case if the cost is equal to 0, if y is equal to 1 and h of x is equal to 1. H of x is basically mapped on the x-axis and the cost of x and y is mapped on the y-axis. So if your h of x is tending to 0, that means cost is tending to infinity. This is the case when y is equal to 1. Now if y is equal to 0, this is the case which is considered. Like here you can see it is minus log of 1 minus z, right? Where your y is equal to 0 and your h of x is tending in this case. These are certain questions asked in the university question paper. You can just have a look at it. If you have any queries, you can always feel free to contact me. So this is my email ID. Do not hesitate to contact me and stay connected to learn more about machine learning in the forthcoming sessions. Thank you. We are done for now.